unfortunately, my eyes ain't what they were. Anyway. Birchas HaTorah, Asher Kitov Misotzim Tzibono L'Sera, V'Harav Nova Asher Bochar Bona. This is what you say in the morning, and how important these brachas are. And as the Gemara in the Torah tells us, as they made Shloberchu B'Torah Tchila Kol Yisrael didn't make a bracha on Torah, and they decided it was a limud. That's why Chazal said, "Yizar B'nei Aniyim, Kinehem Tetzei Torah." Be cautious and careful for B'nei Aniyim. But then here's what Daddy wrote in his handwriting, the exact words of the Chofetz Chaim. This was to be his bracha to you and to him that night. The Asher bracha. What does that mean? The Chofetz Chaim says, the Tomid Tiyeh Tfilas Ha'av V'Yo'aim Shegula B'Fihem. And it should be with a constancy, the prayer of a father and mother fluent upon their lips. L'yispalel al b'neihem, to pray for their children. So he included their father and mother in that, too, obviously. Sheyihu lemdei Torah, that one's children should become lemdei Torah, v'tzadikim, and righteous, u'ba'alei midos tovos, and they should have good midos, good attributes. V'yachavei ma'oi, this is where your mother came in. V'yachavei ma'oi, you should have excessive zeal and kavona and intent. The birchas ahava rabba. When you say the bracha, the ahava rabba before Kriyat Shema, at that point, read those tefillas very, very carefully, because in there is contained the bracha for a ben and bas Yisrael. The birchas haTorah, and also the birchas haTorah, you should be very zealous. The shor she'emri. You say we and our children and children's children should be saved. And when you say at the end of Davening, we shouldn't give birth pangs for nothing and give birth to emptiness. Meaning, bracha for a Jewish family only is if father and mother, and as Daddy would say, you see the greatness of Torah. He doesn't only say the father, the mother, the bobbit, the women have a place. Mothers should be able to say this prayer as they do by innovation, and they all over places. You should be safe with that children and grandchildren who do all of these things. That's what we're celebrating today. We're now in the time of Bein HaMitzvim. We're getting ready. So yes, Bobby was born not in Tammuz, but on Rosh Chodesh Av, where it says Memat in this simcha. And you have to make a diuk in the meal. A diuk is, it doesn't mean you stop simcha. Just like by Adar, marvin the simcha doesn't mean that's the only time you're happy. It means you're happy, just you add. And in all you can be happy also. Just subtract a little bit. There's a difference between remembering Zecher l'Mikdash and Zecher l'Churban. And too many of us live a life of Zecher l'Churban. And this is not what Chazal say, this is not what Gemara says, not what Torah says. I was sitting in the car with Danny, and I didn't have a Gemara or Shas with me, and I said, Danny, do me a favor. See if your little Shas on your iPhone will give me a Gemara in Samachom and Beis and Bovas. He read me the story. Gemara there, the Talmidim of Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai accosted Rabbi Yeshua, and they decided they weren't going to eat meat anymore. The Kushim, the Tzadikim, I don't see the black hatters of that generation. We have a couple in the room. They decided they're not going to eat. After all, we had a Churban Bayis. They need Pal ahead of Yeshua. He was metapel with them. He dealt with them lovingly. And he said, Bonai, my children, the loving way. Why are you not eating meat? So they said, how can we eat meat? It's midnight for boys. He says, good, so what are you eating? We're eating fruit. He said, fruit? There's no decorum. You better not eat fruit. He was playing with them in a nice way. So they said, okay, we'll eat penis achelim. We'll eat other kind of fruit. He says, wait a minute, let's go to the next step. What are you bleeding bread for? We don't have any of the offerings that have bread. The lechem haponim. All right? And they saw they were getting beat up on this little thing. It ends up, he says, let's cut to the chase. How are you drinking water? Without water, you can't live. You have no nest, only sushi. So they said, Yevazeh, what should we do? So he said like this. Ein goyzerin gzeda l'tziva shel ein Rebbetzin Libby Gewirtz. You don't make a gzeda on Klal Yisrael that everybody can't live. What are you upset about? Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai didn't teach Zecher the Churban. Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, when he asked, you all remember the story that he met the Roman, he was taken out dressed in the shrouds, and he said, give me Yavle v'chachomeho. He wants to be Marbitz Teda in Klal Yisrael. He wanted to create a Zecher L'migdosh. Even the same way, on the second day of Pesach, in the Gemara, it's in Menachos, it's in a few other places, on the province, it's in Menachos. Omar HaMeimar. So the question there was, what do you do b'Yom HaNoif on the second day of Sefirah? The second day of Sefirah, you're not supposed to be eating yet Chodosh and Yoshim. And we, most of us, are not into Chodosh and Yoshim. We're not briskers, only a few of us know what it's all about. And 50 years ago, America didn't know what Chodosh and Yoshim was for sure. Today, it's got enough, and it's a deraisa, but you know, our Rabbeim were not makbid, and certainly in Europe, the Bobbas and Zaydas weren't makbid. But the Yom HaNoif is the thing. So Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, the Gemara starts to figure out: do you wait for the 16th day, or you wait for the 15th day? And the Gemara concludes. Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai says you wait till the end of the 16th day. Why? B'mheira yibona hamigdosh. He was waiting and hoping for the binyan beis hamigdosh. He didn't cry for the churban. The beis hamigdosh was destroyed right in front of him. He had nothing left. But it was he, Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, from whom came all these halachas that we have today. We're not shaving, we are shaving, 3 weeks, not 3 weeks. The Kiveger's pshat in Tafsir Chaim, Nun Aleph Siv Kot and Pei Zayin is what the Kiveger's brought down. David and I have Allah, we can get haircuts and shaves this week because of Tafkuf Nun Aleph. And we can't get, and next week we don't get a razor cut, so we're lucky we can do it this week. We're going to talk through Aleim Avelis. The point, Mommy and Daddy live for Teda. They live for you. They live for all of us. They put it into all of us for their children, for their grandchildren, and for great-grandchildren. And Moshe Aliyah, you're the youngest of the Enoch. So you're going to live a lot longer than Uncle Yonah, and a lot longer than a lot of people. So I want you to know there's a special gift waiting in Bubby's and Zadie's apartment for you. The little stender that Zadie used to daven from, the little stender that he used to be Maver Seder on, the little stender who did all these little things, Bubby said to me, and Miriam heard it, this stender goes to Moshe Aryeh. It's just his size, and let's hope he grows in here. So I'm hoping, Moshe Aryeh, that all the rest of us can also grow into everything else that was expected of us. Yifke wrote it beautifully. David started, and he's going to continue. I took up too much of your time, but when it comes to Mommy and Daddy, they gave us their life. So there's never too much time. That's why Avelus for Av Ba'Ein is Yud Beis Chodesh and then some. May we be zeichet in the Kabul Pnei Mashiach, and this should be the last Tisha B'Av, and maybe no Tisha B'Av, like Rebbetzin Libby Gewirtz says, B'mheira Yodoi Hadlikos.